Wow, okay, so I was doing a bunch of summons just off camera and I got 2 copies of Madeline, 2 extra copies. So I have 1 copy of Madeline and 2 extra copies. And you might be wondering what happens when you get a dupe. So what happens when you get a dupe is actually you get 50 copies of, for example, for legendaries, right? So like SSRs. So for SSRs like Madeline, we are going to get 50 of her little fragments over here. So as you can see, I have 125 out of 175. So 100 of these actually came from the summons itself when I summoned 2 dupes of her. So that is what duping looks like in this game. But of course, there are other ways that you can obtain more of these. So for example, right, we are still lacking 50. Which means that we need to pull another dupe of her in order to promote her from 3 to 4 stars, but that is not necessarily the case. And there's a very free-to-play way for you to do it as well. And before you get into that, what happens when you promote? So of course you increase your star from 3 to 4, but on top of that you also gain a lot more stats, right? You gain about like somewhere about 10% extra, okay, not less than 10% extra attack, general stats across the board. And of course on top of that you gain an upgrade to your skill. So from this being level 1, it's now level 2, which improves some of the stuff here. Maybe just like the crit rate and maybe the attack as well. So that is about the main change for Madeline, right? Just specifically Madeline. So we need to get another 50 more copies of her Aetherite. And where can we do it? We can either get it, like I said, from summoning another copy of her, which is an insane amount of luck required. Or we can actually just buy it straight from the free-to-play shop. So this is the Aetherite shop in the bazaar, which you can access from the main screen at the bottom. And what happens is you can just look for the characters that you already own. So for example, I have 3 SSRs. So I have Madeline over here. So I can actually buy her Aetherite. And as you can see, it costs 2 of these whatever Aetherite things, right? These dormant Aetherites. It costs 2 of it to buy 1 copy of her. And the reason why it costs 2 dormant Aetherites just to buy 1 of her Aetherite is because I already bought 25 of her previously. So as we buy more copies, right, as you can see, available 25, as we buy more copies, this is going to be more expensive. So we're actually going to go ahead and buy 50, but we can only buy 25 first, which costs us a total of 50 dormant Aetherites, right? And we have a total of 299 to begin with. So there you go, we got 25 of her Aetherites, and now it actually increases in cost. So now it costs us 3 dormant Aetherites for 1 of her Aetherites. So it is something that as a free-to-play player, you might want to make sure that you are juggling your currency a little bit better, because now the cost is going up by a significant amount. So in terms of like either pulling dupes or using these dormant Aetherites to promote your characters, you need to make the correct judgment, because you do not want to waste all of these precious resources just to build a character that you might not use in the future. And this is probably something that I need to be very careful about, because I'm not very sure whether I'll be using Madeline for the long haul, but I do know that right now, she is working really well for me. So in terms of her power, she's definitely going to be a lot more powerful as well. So there you go, that's it. So now she has an increase she has an upgrade to her skill and her battle power as well, all that kind of good stuff. So all the stats, everything, it's all laid out over here very nicely. And unfortunately, we can't actually see like the change. Oh no, we can. Okay, so at level 1, from a boost of crit, whatever S crit means, what does the S crit mean? It's not actually stated here. So I guess it's just like the critical rate. So from 73.25%, we now have what, 91.75%, which is a very big change in terms of her crit rate. So she's most likely going to be able to land like full crits with her skills now, right now. And her attack power increases from 27%, right? This attack buff that lasts for 1 turn, from 27% all the way to 31%, which is a small change, but it's still a good change nonetheless. So it's going to make her second skill a lot more powerful. And there you go. This is the major change. Oh my god, I just realized that she has an increase in the number of aura bearings that she has. Now she has 3 surrounding her. Oh my god, this is such a big deal. So of course, if you guys already watched my previous videos, you know why having more aura bearings is a big deal, because you can then combine outwards so that you can trigger more stuff along the way, right? So this is a major big deal, and I might be able to tweak my team around just because I have her upgraded to 4 stars right now. So this is fantastic, man. Oh my goodness, I'm so hyped about it. And of course, at the same time, we can unlock more of her affinity. So for example, promote Madeline to 4 stars. We can then go ahead and claim this, which is just a title. It doesn't mean anything, doesn't make a lot of difference. Arcane Regulator, very, very nice. So as you can see in the squad formation here, we have another extra node which we are wasting. So we have 2 nodes here that we are not putting to full use, which means that we might be able to do a good job about like switching this around, right? Just to maybe play around with another lineup that makes sense using her in this setup. So this is exactly how you promote characters, completely free to play. I mean, of course, you need to summon a little bit, but there is the free to play aspect of just grinding out some of these pretty easy to get resources in my opinion, and over a short period of time you're able to build all the characters that you already have. So I think the main thing right now is to pull for characters that you don't have, which I have not yet seen. So I'll definitely try to keep an eye out on how we can pull for certain characters that we do not have. Is there a way that we can select different characters apart from just going into the summon and then just buying the character directly for a 200 mileage, right? So the hard PT in this game is 200 just for you to get the character that you want, and afterwards it's gonna take you a little bit of time for you to fully build this character from 3 to 4 to 5 stars, just so that you can use it to its best advantage, use it to its fullest, for example. Anyway, so that's it for this really quick video anyway. That's what I want to talk about, just how the promotion system looks like and what it benefits for your team in general. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's content. If you did, don't click the thumbs up, it really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Valiant Force content. Now with that said, this has been Free to Play, and as always I will see you in the next video.